Hey guys, JV here bringing you another Destiny 2 tips and tricks video. This time we're covering arguably one of the coolest exotic weapons in the game. Just a heads up, this is your place for daily Destiny 2 content here on YouTube, so hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for daily Destiny 2 tips and tricks videos. Today I'm going to show you how to get the Rat King, a super unique exotic sidearm with some very interesting perks. It involves solving a few riddles, so if you're not into that, you can just follow these instructions. Let's get started. Not unlike the original game, there's a very specific way to trigger exotic quests in Destiny 2. For the Rat King, however, there are a few ways you can begin this quest. First is by starting the Enemy of My Enemy quest on Titan. It has a recommended power level of 220, but I wouldn't start this process until you're 260, even 280 if you can wait that long for an exotic upgrade. Enemy of My Enemy is one of the world quests that appears after you complete the main storyline in Destiny 2. So the objective is to clear out the Fallen from the control center on Titan. You'll have a number of side objectives across this mission, like cycling auxiliary terminals, turning on the reactor, and finally taking it for yourself. It's very self-explanatory and should take maybe 20 to 30 minutes depending on if you're with a fire team and what your power level is. After completing the final step, you'll receive the Rat King's Crew, which is an item that goes in your kinetic weapon slot. Just to be safe, make sure you have an open kinetic weapon slot so the game doesn't glitch out on this quest. I believe this would go to the postmaster if it did, but still I'd do that just to be safe. Rat King's Crew in your inventory shows up as a quest step and asks you to solve 4 riddles in order to get the weapon. Before we can get into the first step, there is another way to get Rat King's Crew, and there actually isn't a level requirement. Because of the unique mechanic of this exotic, if other people in your fire team already completed the quest and already have the Rat King's Crew, it has a chance to spread to those who don't have it. From my experience, this happens anytime you are given a reward for completing an activity, so this could be a strike, crucible, public event, anything like that. The nice thing is that you'll be doing these kinds of activities in order to complete the quest anyway, so if you have a buddy that hasn't started yet, just have them join you along the way and they'll see it drop for them fairly quickly. Also note, from this point on, you'll need to complete all steps, all 4 riddles with at least one person who also has the Rat King's Crew. So that means find a friend, find a clan, or use LFG if you usually play alone. The first riddle says, the Rat King's Crew runs to and fro, good girls and boys know where to go, pick up your toys and darn your socks, on errands of woe, on errands we walk. This one is asking you to complete 3 patrol missions, which, as I'm sure you guys know, is super easy. Doesn't take long at all. I traveled to the EDZ and did 3 quick ones while hunting down public events. You can multitask if you'd like. So once you complete 3 patrols, the quest item will automatically update in your inventory and give the next clue. The second riddle says, the Rat King's Crew goes arm in arm to fight as one to do no harm, so have your fun and run outside, rally the flag and we'll never die. Rally the flag gives us one away. The task is to complete 2 public events. Again, very self-explanatory here. You probably already went to the EDZ or Nessus if you're smart for patrols, and that's good because these are the best locations for public events as well. Just track them down using your map and get them done. So once you complete 2 public events, the quest updates again with the next riddle. The third riddle says, Rat King's Crew goes 4 and 4, with good fights they learn to score. Then 3 as 1, they stand upright, return from past the wall and wanting more. The only 4 on 4 activity in Destiny 2 is the Crucible, so you'll need to complete 2 games of Crucible for this step, and luckily, you don't have to win them, so it's easy to just hop in and get 2 done very quickly. You can also do this in the quick play mode. It doesn't have to be competitive or anything like that, so finish 2 games of Crucible and the item updates for the final time. The fourth and final riddle says, the Rat King's Crew stands 3 as 1. They see nights fall and fear it none, but watch the clock as you scale the wall, lest 5 remain, hope comes for none. Nights fall means nightfall, obviously, but the trick is that you have to complete the weekly nightfall strike with more than 5 minutes remaining. You'll need a fire team that knows what they're doing or is on the same step for the Rat King. You already need 1 person on the same step, so that's something you're going to encounter anyways. But in Destiny 2, nightfall strikes now have timers with the ability to extend the mission by completing specific tasks. For example, last week's was jump through the Vex gates, and that'll add 30 seconds of time for each gate. And while I don't have a specific strategy for this week's Nightfall since I completed my Rat King last week, I can say that generally speaking, there are a lot of enemies you can just skip. So identify those points and where you can skip enemies so you can save as much time as possible. Once you complete the Nightfall, you'll instantly receive the Rat King in your inventory. I did this at 279 power and my Rat King dropped at 294, a 15 attack bump, which was pretty crazy. Just remember that the longer you wait in terms of power level, the higher attack your Rat King will drop at. Once again, the Rat King is an exotic sidearm and it goes in your kinetic weapon slot. By itself, it's a fairly mediocre sidearm. Impact, range, stability, handling, and reload speed are all mid-tier. The rate of fire and magazine size, however, are nice and healthy. What really makes this gun special are the intrinsic and trait perks. The intrinsic perk is Rat Pack. This weapon becomes stronger when nearby allies also have it equipped. Stacks up to 6 times. This is an awesome effect because you'll see your Rat King glow when another fire team nearby is using it. And I don't have the exact stats, but you can seriously tell a difference in impact and damage when other teammates are using the Rat King nearby. I think it has some other effects as well. So it's an absolute monster if you have everyone in your fire team, whatever activity you're doing, using it at the same time. The trait for the Rat King is called Vermin. Reloading immediately after a kill grants a brief period of invisibility. I love this effect because it's useful in PvE and PvP. If you need a breather, need to get away to regain health in any situation, just kill an enemy and reload. It throws off a lot of enemies that you'll face, whether they're NPCs or real people. So now for the final verdict on this weapon, how good is the Rat King? As with nearly every exotic in the game, the value lies in the intrinsic perk. It's make or break for this weapon. This weapon relies entirely on the fact that you're going to use it with fellow fire team members, and if you're not doing that as a team, it's really not even worth your time. However, it's really fun to use if you coordinate and all use the Rat King, and it's really good when you do that. So it offers unique mechanics that you don't find elsewhere, and I find it so much fun to use. With a good fire team, you can get all of this done in an hour, maybe 2 hours at the most. So I highly recommend that you pick up the Rat King just in case you want to use it with a squad. Alright guys, today I showed you how to get the exotic Rat King sidearm. In the comment section below, tell me what you think of the Rat King. What is your review? I find that it's super fun to use with a full fire team. That's the only way it's like really good. So share your thoughts in the comment section below. Next time we will cover more Destiny 2 here on the channel. So stay tuned for daily Destiny 2 tips and tricks videos. If you learned something new, remember to hit that like button and subscribe for lots of Destiny 2 content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.